Spain's La Liga isn't just about flair, goals, and drama. It's also home to some of Europe's most iconic and underrated football stadiums. From mountainside arenas to city fortresses, we're ranking the 20 biggest stadiums in La Liga 2025-26 based on capacity. Let's kick off with number 20, Estadi Montilivi. Girona's Estadi Montilivi is small but mighty. Originally opened in 1970, it spent most of its life in Spain's lower leagues. But after Girona FC's surprise promotion in 2017, Montilivi had to grow fast. Temporary stands popped up, and modern safety standards followed. Still, it remains a humble, low-rise ground with a scenic backdrop of Catalonia's hills. 19. Estadio de Vallecas. Smack in the heart of working-class Madrid's Estadio de Vallecas is old-school, raw, and full of noise. Rayo Vallecano's home has barely changed since the 70s, and that's the charm. One end is literally cut off with a building behind it. The seating bowl is tight, fans are close, and the atmosphere is boiling hot on match days. 18. Coliseum. A modern bowl in the southern suburbs of Madrid, the Coliseum, formerly known as the Coliseum Alfonso Pérez, is a clean-cut, practical stadium with no frills. Getafe SCF has made it their home since the late 90s, and although it doesn't drip with personality, it's highly functional. Getafe have had remarkable spells in La Liga, including a Europa League quarterfinal run. 17. Estadio de Mendizorroza. This is pure vintage. Built over a century ago, it's the oldest stadium in La Liga 2025-26. Deportivo Alavés calls it home, and it's wrapped in a strong Basque identity. Though renovated many times, the original soul of the place remains intact. The ground has seen both La Liga highs and Segunda lows, but the crowd never wavers. 16. Estadio de la Ceramica. This one's unique. La Ceramica, formerly El Madrigal, was renamed in 2017 to promote the region's famous tile industry. Home to Villarreal CF, the stadium blends a century-old structure with modern upgrades. Bright yellow seats and tiled exteriors give it an identity like no other. Despite Villarreal being a small town, the Yellow Submarine have soared, even winning the Europa League in 2021. 15. Estadi Mallorca Sun Moix. Built for the 1999 Summer Universiade, Sun Moix became Mallorca's permanent home shortly after. It's a multi-purpose stadium with a running track, but that's slowly being removed. The club has made plans to bring fans closer to the action with more football-focused redesigns. RCD Mallorca have bounced between divisions, but now hold steady in La Liga. 14. El Sadar. Recently renovated and expanded, El Sadar is now one of Spain's most intimidating grounds. CA Osasuna calls it home, and their fans are fiercely loyal. The stadium's redesign added a striking red exterior and steep new stands that trap noise perfectly. El Sadar was voted Stadium of the Year in 2021 by Stadium DB, and for good reason. It's electric on match days. 13. Balados. The home of Celta Vigo sits snug between a river, a car factory, and the Atlantic. It's one of the oldest stadiums in Spain, but has undergone a massive makeover in the 2020s. New curved roofs and blue seats make it look futuristic, while the fans keep the old-school fire alive. The stadium's unique shape, almost like a sailboat, fits the coastal vibe of Galicia. 12. Estadi Ciutat de Valencia. Home of Levante UD, this bowl-shaped stadium sits in the northeast corner of Valencia. It's not flashy, but it's practical. Recent upgrades added new roofs and hospitality areas, giving it a cleaner, more modern look without losing its charm. Levante have been up and down from La Liga to Segunda in recent years, but the fans stay loyal. 11. Estadio Manuel Martínez Valero. Big, bold, and slightly underrated. Martínez Valero is the largest stadium outside Spain's top 10 clubs. Home to Elche CF, it was built ahead of the 1982 World Cup and still stands as a classic example of 70s stadium architecture, with a wide bowl and towering main stand. The ground hosted a World Cup match between Hungary and El Salvador. 9. Anoeta Stadium. Nestled in the Basque coastal city of San Sebastián, the Anoeta Stadium is home to Real Sociedad. Originally opened in 1993, it had one major flaw, an athletics track. Fans felt distant from the action. But between 2017 and 2019, that changed. The track was ripped out, the stands were moved closer, and the capacity grew to over 39,000. It was a rebirth. 8. RCD Stadium, Espanyol. Opened in 2009, RCD Stadium is sleek, compact, and modern. Located just outside Barcelona, it's home to Espanyol, often overshadowed by their giant neighbors, but fiercely proud. Built to replace the aging Estadi Olympic and Montjuic, the new home cost around 60 million euros and is one of Spain's most efficient modern stadiums. Despite its size, it's built for noise. 7. Ramon Sánchez-Pizjuán. Now we're getting into historic territory. The Ramon Sánchez-Pizjuán, home to Sevilla FC, is an old-school cauldron. Built in 1958, its design is classic, curved stands, steep angles, and fierce acoustics. It's named after a former club president who pushed the project through. This place breathes European football. Sevilla has won a record 7 UEFA Europa League titles here. 6. Mestalla. One of the oldest stadiums in Spain, Mestalla is a time capsule of La Liga history. Opened in 1923, it has stood through a civil war, floods, and modern renovations. Its orange seats, towering vertical stands, and steep banks make it one of the most intimidating venues for away teams. Valencia CF, 6-time La Liga champions, call it home. 5. Sant Mamés. This is often called the Cathedral of Football, and for good reason. Even though the current stadium opened in 2013, it carries the soul of the old Sant Mamés, which stood right next to it for 100 years. Athletic Bilbao is unique. They only field Basque players, yet they've never been relegated from La Liga. That loyalty is mirrored in their fans and in this stadium. 4. Estadio Benito Villamarin. The biggest club stadium in Andalusia belongs not to Sevilla, but to their eternal rivals, Real Betis. Estadio Benito Villamarin is a green and white monster. Originally opened in 1929, it's been rebuilt and expanded countless times. Today, it holds over 60,000 fans and is regularly sold out. Betis fans are among the most passionate in Spain. 3. Metropolitano Stadium. Modern, massive, and majestic. The Metropolitano Stadium is Atletico Madrid's fortress. Opened in 2017, it replaced the beloved but cramped Vicente Calderón. Named after a historic Atleti ground, the Metropolitano is all about bold design and power. It's the only La Liga stadium with full LED lighting in the stands. The roof glows red before kickoff. In 2019, it hosted the UEFA Champions League final. 2. Santiago Bernabéu. Welcome to football royalty. The Santiago Bernabéu is more than a stadium, it's a global landmark. Real Madrid's home since 1947, it underwent a massive €900 million renovation between 2020 and 2024. Now, it's a sci-fi stadium. With a retractable pitch, 360-degree video screens, a fully enclosed roof, and even space for NBA games and concerts, the new Bernabéu is unmatched. 1. Camp Nou. At number 1, no surprise, it's the Camp Nou, the biggest stadium in Europe. The pride of Catalonia. Opened in 1957, Camp Nou was already iconic. But after renovations started in 2023, the plan was to make it even bigger, better, and more modern. When complete in 2026, it will hold 105,000 fans. That's like packing a small city into one building. From the beaches of San Sebastián to the heart of Madrid, La Liga's biggest stadiums tell the story of Spanish football. History, innovation, pride, and passion, all wrapped in concrete, steel, and soul. Whether you love the classics or the ultramodern, Spain has a stadium that will blow your mind. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the beautiful game. See you in the next one.